Hello, friends, and welcome to the channel. Today is a special day. I have a very special friend here with me, डॉक्टर विवेक मेरे सीनियर रहे हैं एम्स न्यू दिल्ली में। और इनके बारे में जो सबसे पसंद चीज मुझे ये है कि अपने टाइम पे नॉट ओनली इन्होंने आईआईटी कानपुर क्रैक किया था, आईआईटी क्रैक किया था, एम्स दिल्ली भी एमबीबीएस में क्रैक किया था। सो मेरा मानना है कि आईआईटी में सिलेक्शन होना बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट है और एम्स में एमबीबीएस की सिलेक्शन होना उससे भी ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है, और कोई दोनों में सिलेक्शन कर दे तो दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई बिलीव इज टोटली एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी। ओके, तो वेलकम डॉक्टर विवेक टू माय चैनल एंड टू फॉर हैविंग यू हियर, एंड सो दैट मेरे ऑडियंस को आपसे इंस्पिरेशन मिले। मुझे तो ऑब्वियसली मिल ही चुकी है आपसे काम, आपके साथ काम करते करते।
थैंक यू मोहसिन एंड थैंक यू फॉर कॉलिंग मी।
तो सबसे पहले मैं आपकी जो स्टोरी रही है, जैसे आप क्लास 11 क्लास 12 के बाद की जो स्टोरी रही है बिफोर यू जॉइंड एम्स एक्चुअली, वो जानना चाहूंगा।
सो बात ये कि आई वाज नॉट वेरी कीन इनिशियली टू जॉइन मेडिकल, एंड तो मेरी स्टोरी थोड़ी सी डिफरेंट सी रही है। एंड सो व्हेन आई वाज इन 11th, because I was good in maths, मतलब good student basically, so like every good student I took both maths and biology. So, and because I loved maths and biology was also there, so it was nice. Then बात ये थी कि till 11th I didn't know even about IITs or AIIMS, because I was in, my father is in Air Force. I was in a Devlali, Nasik में Air Force का camp है. So till 11th I didn't know कि IIT होता है, कुछ AIIMS होता है. And then when I got into 11th में पापा का ट्रांसफर दिल्ली हुआ था. Then when he came here, he saw the IITs and AIIMS. Then he told me about this. So that was the first time I heard about IITs and AIIMS. So ऐसा कई बार लोग मुझसे पहले ही पूछते हैं कि whether I should start preparing for 9th or even 8th. आजकल तो 6th से start हो जाता है. So that was what I felt, but I didn't know. So maybe that helped. So I was very tension free that way. So I just studied because I loved studying. And then as my father got transferred to Delhi in 12th, then I came to Delhi. After that, I actually had very difficult decision what to do engineering. Then because सबके coaching करते हैं, so I also thought कि मुझे भी coaching करना है. Then I went to some coaching institutes, and then initially I thought, basically I was so naive, I thought कि I would do coaching for both. And then the coaching institutes told me, no, you can do only coaching in one thing. And that's how initially I took admission in AIIMS for this medical coaching in Akash South X. So for that I prepared. I did well. I was selected in PMT around some 300 rank, and I got into FMC also. But like happens to every, I think, teenage boy, I had this rebellion attitude in me कि no. So because my family wanted कि मतलब कि I will do medical, so I had this rebellion attitude कि no, I will not do medical. And I had just given IIT because I had maths, so I got selected in that. I had very back rank around 7,000, just selected, but I was happy because no one in my class who were preparing for IITs got selected. So I was very happy कि no, I will not do medical, अभी तो मुझे engineering करना है. So उस समय IIT AIEEE होता था हमारा, तो उस समय I got some 3,000 rank, and then I joined IIT Allahabad, and for 6 months I did engineering in there. वहाँ पे it was a fun time. I enjoyed, and then धीरे धीरे करके फिर I realized कि no, I should do from IIT, and then I left that. I came to Delhi again. I joined Narayana, and then I prepared for from November to April, around 4 months for engineering. And then I cracked IIT. I had got some around 400 rank. AIEEE also I got some All India 51 rank. Some Delhi का होता था, DC, Delhi College of Engineering. That also I got 11th rank around. So I was very happy. I was fully prepared. I did IIT counseling. I got into IIT Kanpur. I took electronics and communication, and I was very happy. बात बट ये हुई कि उस समय जस्ट मेरी मम्मी ने बोला कि जस्ट दे दे, मेडिकल का एग्जाम भी दे दे, फॉर्म भर दे, जस्ट तो मम्मी को ऐसे खुश रखने के लिए कि चलो ठीक है कर देते हैं. आई फिल्ड मेडिकल फॉर्म्स, एंड आई जस्ट फिल्ड AFMC, AIIMS and PMT. I cleared PMT, FMC, AIIMS. I got So what happened ki that was I was very clear ki I would not join AIPMT or FMC, but so I was very happy when IIT कानपुर का मेरे पास ब्रोशर आया, अभी भी मैंने उसको संभाल के रखा हुआ है कि कहाँ कहाँ पे आप जाओगे, आपके ये सब कॉलेजेस होंगे, ये सब चीज़ें होंगी, आपके ड्रामा क्लब होगा, ये क्लब होगा। ऐसे मैं प्लानिंग कर रहा था कैसे कैसे ज्वाइन करेंगे। एंड देन एम्स का रिजल्ट आता है एकदम लास्ट में, आपका जुलाई के एंड में। सो दैट टाइम जब रिजल्ट आया तो पहले मुझे लगा कोई प्रैंक कर रहा है मेरा फ्रेंड, बट फाइनली जाके मैंने कैफे में देखा तो इट वाज मी। तो देन आई हैड डिफिकल्टी एक्चुअली, सो आई टॉक टू मेनी पीपल। हमारे यहाँ मेडिकल डॉक्टर्स जो होते हैं, आईआईटी प्रोफेसर से भी आई टॉक। एंड अल्टीमेटली सच्ची बोले तो आई डिड नॉट डिसाइड पर से कि आई वुड जॉइन एम्स, बट आई जस्ट maybe I couldn't decide, and एम्स बीइंग उस समय तो एक ही होता था। एंड सो by destiny I think I got into AIIMS. Otherwise I had even full plan of going into this engineering side.
Okay, so basically वो single AIIMS New Delhi tilted the balance on its side, है ना? तो उन्होंने डॉक्टर विवेक को डॉक्टर विवेक बना ही दिया। Okay, so
नहीं, not really that only. आपका ये रहता है कुछ इनिशियली, आपके कुछ इनहेरेंट ट्रेट्स से रहते हैं। सो आई लाइक्ड इंजीनियरिंग मैथ्स पर से, सो दैट इवन आई लाइक नाउ। बट मेडिकल का आई थिंक आई हैड दिस लव, मतलब कि टू interact with people. Engineering mein you don't interact with people that much, no? So I had this liking of interacting with people and communicating with them. So that was what I think tilted slightly towards medical.
एक क्वेश्चन जो मैं भी जानना चाहूंगा, जो obviously which our viewers will also be interested in, that how is it possible for a student to master the advanced mathematics or physics required for IIT JEE and at the same time remember that animal kingdom, plant kingdom? मुझे तो बहुत मुश्किल होता था, like in remembering all that stuff. Now when I see you that you have cracked all the engineering as well as medical entrances and AIIMS and IIT, तो कैसे possible होता है एक स्टूडेंट के लिए इतना करना?
सच्ची बोलूं तो मेरे लिए मुश्किल होता था, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मेरे लिए आसान होता था कुछ। बट मेरे ख्याल से मेरे को जो एडवांटेज रहा, देखो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो भी मैं बता रहा हूँ अभी, दो डिस्क्लेमर आई वुड लाइक टू से। फर्स्ट इज ऑल ऑफ दिस विल हैव सम रिकॉल बायस बिकॉज इट हैज बीन अराउंड 10-12 years, सो कुछ तो रिकॉल बायस होगा। एंड सेकंड इज कि ओवर दिस 12 years माय थिंकिंग हैज आल्सो इवॉल्व्ड, सो आई हैव आल्सो लर्नड लॉट मच। एंड उस समय मैं जो सोचता था अभी मैं उससे काफी थोड़ा सा अलग सोचता हूँ, एंड दैट इज आई थिंक दैट इज हाउ इट शुड बी। सो बाय एट दिस टाइम पॉइंट नोइंग कि मैं क्या उस समय क्या सोचता था, तो अभी मैं सोच, अगर मैं सच्ची बोलूँ तो उस समय मैं उतना ज्यादा कुछ सोचता नहीं था। एंड आई डिड नॉट प्लान, बोला तो मुझे जैसे कि आई डिडंट इवन हर्ड अबाउट AIIT AIIMS, आई डिड नॉट प्रिपेयर पर से स्पेसिफिकली। So that is one good thing about today, that people have lots of information and they can plan before, and that is very good thing actually. But again with it comes the problems of distraction. So I did not have that much distraction, so I had very simple life. Look ठीक है, पढ़ना है, खेलना है, बस और कुछ ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है। So it was not so much, I was not under so much pressure कि मुझे clear करना है, because it was not very well known to me. So for then, if after two disclaimers, then I would say कि these are all very simple stuff. ठीक है, you will hear the same thing, मैं भी अभी जो बोलूँगा it will not be something very different. It's very simple stuff. read and read. ठीक है, you have to read things up. Yes, you have to keep on reading, you have to love reading basically. If you don't love reading, it's very difficult. I basically loved maths, I loved reading. Biology okay, difficult था memorize करना, but I actually made it into a game. I used to make it into like a memory game, so whether I can remember these things in 10 minutes or not. So I would just create some game out of it and then I will remember. Everyone tries to remember my mnemonics or some tricks. I would just make it some kind of game for me and then I would try to remember it. So biology उस हिसाब से कर करके थोड़ा बहुत निकल गया. Maths I used to love and just solve. I was basically, I could study for 10-12 hours a day and it didn't actually feel to me कि I was studying. So that is one thing जो हर कोई बोलेगा, and you have to do it because there is nothing else which will help you. But one more thing I would say is कि you have to plan well. because ऐसा नहीं है कि I used to just study, because I used to play around 2 hours maybe, sometimes in week में around 5-6 hours खेलता था. So what you have to learn is about sigmoid curve. मतलब this is my favorite, मतलब maths and biology combined curve. So because if you know how the sigmoid curve works in life, so you can actually plan your study well. So just let me share my screen. I will just show you some one curve. And you can enable the screen, I think, Marcin.
You are free to share your screen if you want.
Only a host can share this on this meeting.
No, multiple participants have written. Can you retry?
Okay, अभी आ गया.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my screen is visible?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
So what I am talking about is like this curve. Suppose in x-axis we have input, how much you input, your hard work, how many hours you put, and on the y-axis always put arrows. हमारी मैडम बोलती थी class में. So and this is your output or your results. So we all know this sigmoid curve.
Right.
हम पढ़ते हैं oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve and बाकी सब जगह. तो how you can use this actually curve. Actually उस समय उतना realize नहीं किया था कि I was using this trick, but now because I know I can say this, explain this to people. So what happens is कि whenever we start studying ना, initial some part में थोड़ा सा difficulty होती है हमारे को, and then till यहाँ पे reaching around 20% तक reach करते करते we have some difficulty. Initial discomfort, if you can clear, this is the most easiest part, the path of linear growth. The amount of hard work you put and the amount of output you get. This is very easy to, very enjoyable phase. ठीक है. So you will reach around 60, यहाँ पे output of मान लो around 70%. Till here, till 90% output, I would say, it will not require too much effort. But if you want to go beyond, if you want to go till 99%, it will require lots of effort. So one thing is, if you want to reach to 99% in anything, you have to put in lots of effort. And पढ़ा हुआ लोगों ने maybe 10,000 hour rules होता है कि for reaching 1% in anything, you have to do 10,000 hours. So that is there. But what we have to realize is, for reaching till 80% or even 90%, you don't have to actually put in that much effort, because this requires too much effort. But if you just try to reach till here, you can do in less time. So why this is helpful is because 10th, 11th and 12th class students always will have less time. So you have to focus, study in such a way that you can reach a topic up to 80 to 90% at least. What this will do is, this will help you to cover all topics in less time. And then if you have time, you can go for this 95% or 99%. So studying smartly this way will actually help you save time and do multiple things which you would not have otherwise done, because this will save your time and this will actually boost your energy. Actually, if you learn anything, it will gives you confidence and you can just continue further. So this is one thing which actually I practiced unknowingly, and now I know, so I try to practice knowingly. But this is something which I think anyone, if learns, can actually, it can help them. So
it
that
is a
is one thing I would.
wonderful concept. Wonderful concept. Actually, yeah. So as I get that, you learned by reading, and did not focus on any particular exam. Read books because you loved reading. Right. So, so from this, do I make out that exam patterns really don't mean much if you are strong in that subject? If you're strong in a particular subject, exam patterns don't make a difference.
So exactly, I think this most of us know the exam pattern will be same for everyone. So
Can you start share
pattern
your video?
actually.
Your video is turned off right now.
Oh, okay.
You have to unshare
Just
that.
a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So exam pattern actually doesn't matter much. This I know. Okay, everyone says that, and I too also believe in that. But I would slightly uh, differ in one point that you should know what the pattern is, because suppose you are playing any game, so before playing any game you should know the rules.
Right.
So this exam is like a game. You are playing a game, so you should know the rules of the game. Then only you can play by it and you can win. If you don't know the rules, you will lose. So pattern does not matter, but knowing which pattern it is, it helps. So
It
you should
helps.
prepare for yeah, you should know what pattern it is, and you should prepare according to it, because that is the rule. Basically, that is the rule of the game, and you should know the rules of the game so that you can play and win according to it.
Right.
But overall, if you know the rules, it is same for everyone.
So most important is to understand the pattern, the rule, and then put in the hard work without worrying too much about the
Yeah,
pattern.
because if
Exactly,
I
exactly,
know
exactly.
they will ask 5 questions from this topic, and I am putting all my energy into that topic and not suppose reading nuclear physics, which is like they get the 5-10 questions and these are easy to do, then I am not playing according to the rules. I don't know the rules, and then I will lose. So that knowing that will help.
And one more thing, I know it has been many years since then, but do you remember the books which you exactly read, or like, would you advise
I think
certain books?
most standard books, abhi to it would have changed a lot, and there would have been new books and new patterns. I think most of the people do coaching, so coaching materials are enough, I think. And I would just advise one thing: stick to one thing, read it again, revise it again. There is no
Did you
substitute for revision and reading.
did
Same
you
thing
read
again. If
any?
you read 10 books, you will not do it.
Right. What about NCRTs? Do you remember reading those books?
Yeah. I read NCRT, especially biology. Everyone knows most of the
Right.
questions are from those. So NCRT is very important.
Right. And now one interesting question, that now you're 10, 12 years down the line, would you still make the same decision? Like if you were back like to that time, would you join AIIMS again and just stop, like don't join IIT Kanpur? Would you again join AIIMS if you go back to that time?
So Mohsin, this is a very difficult question actually, because I do look back many times. What would have been if I would have joined IIT Kanpur, and my friends have joined. Some have joined IITs and they are doing good. So one thing I realized, obviously life would have been different. But uh, given where I am now, even if I have to choose, I think it will be still probability around 70%. I would still choose the same. Maybe 30% of the time in another world, I will be doing some engineering. So mostly I would do the same.
And that said, you have done, I would like to inform my viewers, he has done his MBBS, MD, and DM, all 3 degrees from AIIMS New Delhi. So he would again
Yeah, luck
make the
helps.
same decision of joining AIIMS again if we take him back 10 years back. Okay. And I do share one interesting thing that once happened. Like we were in duty room of NICU, and I was reading one of my books from my iPad. It was Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, and he just had a
Yeah.
brief. I mean, I don't know how he peeped into the screen and immediately said, "Is this Thinking Fast and Slow?" So such is the extent that even books which are far away from medical science, you're so
No, so
well
that is
versed.
one thing which I have picked up in after coming to AIIMS. I think in MBBS, reading different topics. So now I read lots of other topics. I read finance, I read history, I read science fictions. I read more of engineering stuff also.
Okay.
So I am artificial intelligence. I am also developing some apps and doing some stuff. So actually, I have not left engineering per se. I am doing that.
Okay. So any final advices or comments to someone who is in class 11, class 12, preparing for either NEET or for JEE? Final words in
Mm,
Congress.
so I would just like to say 3 things. First is what I said: know the rules of the game which you are playing. So if you are preparing for IITs or you are preparing for medical, you should know what you are exactly preparing for, which topic has how much weightage, and you should plan accordingly. Second is study smartly. There is no point in studying just putting in hours if you don't know what you want to get out of it. Out of 3 hours, you are putting how much you want output. That you should know, and you should plan accordingly. Third thing is, it's very simple. Read, read, and read.
Yeah.
There's no substitute for reading. But one thing I will like to say, don't confuse simple with easy. It's simple, it's not easy. You have to put in that much hard work. You have to put in effort. But if you are continuously at it, you will get it. वन एक लाइन थी अभी कोटा फैक्ट्री की आई थी, दैट वाज समथिंग व्हिच आई लाइक्ड, जीतू भैया की जो लाइन थी कि आईआईटी इसलिए मत करो कि आईआईटी इसलिए करो कि टफ है, और टफ चीजें करने में लाइफ में मजा आता है ना. So if you do something tough, it will give you confidence. And so I wish all your viewers and all that they actually achieve what they want to achieve in life. But I would just add this: once they achieve this, now all this, then they will realize this was not what they were seeking in first place. So success is not an end point. If you achieve IIT or AIIMS, you just succeed. It's an ongoing journey, and then once you achieve, then you have to let go. This they will not understand now, but once they achieve, then they will realize there are many paths to success, and there's nothing one thing. You just can do anything in your life if you just keep on doing it. So it's not such a big deal even if you don't get it, because there are so many things to in today's world. There are so many things to do. So just best of luck and keep doing, and just enjoy, because it's hard.
So
doing hard things actually.
So at this point, what I can say is that from a student who did not exactly knew what is an IIT, what's an AIIMS at the start, to a student who cracked both the exams, both the most difficult exams at that level, IIT JEE and AIIMS New Delhi. So there are no limits to what a person can achieve. That's the whole purpose of why I introduced my audience to my senior, Dr. Vivek. And I hope I, of course, learned from this interview, and then my viewers would have learned a lot from this interview. Thank you for joining me, Dr. Vivek.
Thank you, Mohsen. And one last thing, always be grateful for whatever you have, because being grateful actually helps. So if you have something, it will add on. So
sure.
Thank you, Mohsen.
Thank you, sir.